Hey, what's up guys? Jonathan Aidan here, and today we're going to talk about... Hi. Hello, Jonathan. Who are you? I am your higher self. Oh, okay. That's great. Because I just started filming my next YouTube episode, and I still don't know what I'm going to talk about. I was just about to make something up. Do you have any ideas? You will tell the people about your approach to preparing live music for yoga classes. Talk about the flow of a class and how you prepare music for each section. Use clips from this Saturday's class to demonstrate as you go. That's a great idea. Thanks, higher self. No problem. I must go now. And remember, Jonathan, meet me every day on the yoga mat. Right on. Bye. Okay, sweet. Today we're going to talk about how I prepare my live music sets for yoga classes. 2 days ago, on Saturday, I played music for a yoga class at Your Happy Place Liquors in Logan Square, Chicago. Chelsea Renee was the yoga teacher. Her business is called Rise and Wine Yoga. She does pop-up events in Chicagoland that pair yoga and wine tastings. She's an excellent teacher and really just a wonderful person. I'm including links to her website and social media accounts in the description, so check them out. A typical yoga class is divided into several main sections. Disclaimer, I am going to oversimplify this a bit here for the sake of clarity in describing generally how I think about preparing music for a yoga class. But do know, there are many different styles of yoga, variations from class to class, and nuances within each class. I'm just not going to get into those kinds of details in this video. The first section of the class is a meditation. This is where, as a student, you're often encouraged to think about your day, your week, whatever you've been busy with that's been stressing you out, things going on, and to just let that all go and tune into the space, tune into your breath, tune into the moment. It's a really wonderful thing entering the space of a yoga class to realize that you can forget about everything for the next hour. In preparing sound for this section, I think a lot about breath and creating a soundscape that encourages and invites yogis to really tune into their breath. I often use the sound of waves lapping on a lakeshore paired with gentle swells of music. In this class, I literally use the sound of my own breath. Let's take a listen. The wind-like whooshes of sound that you hear in that section are the sound of me blowing into a microphone in my studio, and then that sound is processed through a lot of reverb and other effects to give it that cosmic, otherworldly quality. I paired that sound with an ambient pad to create a texture that is both ethereal and lush. Let's listen to a little more. After the opening meditation, a warm-up will begin, with students still on the ground, beginning to do gentle motion, gentle core work, and beginning to build up heat and motion. This is where I like to bring more sounds into the mix with more definition, and I like to start building a sense of rhythm in this section. In Saturday's class, I layered on top of the ambient mix from the beginning, bringing in a Fender Rhodes, some bell-like tones, and the sound of myself chanting, Om. Pitch shifted down for a deep, deep resonant bass. Here's a little further in, where I brought in an edgier sounding synth and some percussion I recorded in my studio. The next section is peak movement. This is when everybody is up standing, doing sun salutations, more challenging poses, and probably breaking a sweat. In getting into this section, I like to change keys to evoke a feeling of passing through a threshold into a new territory or dimension. Here's what I did on Saturday. So you can hear that modulation, that moment of transition, a new beat kicks in, and the tempo gets ever so slightly faster. You probably didn't notice that. At this point, I programmed my software to gradually start notching up the tempo, the speed, in tiny increments, so that a few minutes later, you can hear we're flowing at a noticeably faster speed. So I wouldn't expect anyone to notice the tiny increments every time, but subconsciously over the course of a few minutes, it creates this feeling of building up momentum. Let's listen to a little more of this section. So some of you are probably thinking at this point, but Jonathan, I thought your thing was recording sounds in nature and bringing those sounds into your music, and you're not using any of those yet. Wait no further. Next, I want to transport the class to some place in summertime, away from this cold weather. I wanted to go somewhere in the forest with lush vegetation and birds singing. Oh, and you probably already guessed that the class is still in peak movement at this time. After peak movement, the energy level of the class starts coming down, and there's often a section of core work paired with and or followed by a cool down. Naturally, at this point, I start bringing the level and energy of the music back down. As the class winds down, I like for the music to become more relaxing, more meditative, more introverted and reflective. On Saturday, I used the sound of rain to reflect this feeling of relaxation and release as we headed toward the final Shavasana. Finally, Shavasana is the best. It's where you lie on the floor and relax and allow your body and your mind and your spirit to absorb the benefits of the practice that you just finished. It's a time to just be. The music during Shavasana, if there's any music, should be very ethereal, dreamy. I went back to the opening material of the breath and the ambient pad and used a little bit of soft vibraphone to accompany this section. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for stopping by and watching to the end. If you liked this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications when I upload new videos. If you have any thoughts, questions, or requests for future videos, please leave those in the comments below. If you're interested in getting streaming and download access to an MP3 and video of the complete class you just heard clips from, along with loads of other content, music, and videos, please consider subscribing to my Backstage Pass subscription. It's super easy to sign up, just takes a couple minutes. It's a great way to support me as an artist, and you get tons of stuff I create that no one else gets to see. Except for other Backstage Pass subscribers, of course. Links for that are in the description too. Alright, that's it for today. I'll have another video up next Monday at noon. Between now and then, go to a yoga class and bring a friend. Alright, see you guys later. Peace.